All right, folks. Good morning. All right, everybody. Second day with my jet intro. So, first of all, thank you. That was a great show yesterday. That was so much fun. I was so psyched. And it's just fun. It is just fun. So, thanks everybody that watched. Of course, today's 9/11. Remembering 9/11. Where were you if you were old enough on 9/11? I remember I was at a place that I was renting another little place. I was taking the action on sports and football, and friend of mine, Tim, called. He said, "Hey, turn on the TV. They're bombing New York City, something." And that was it. And then, the rest is history. So, I'm waiting for the news releases. Wait a minute. I think my director has it. Yeah, Tony. Yeah, I need the papers. Oh, okay. Thank you. Take a break. Give yourself an hour or two. All right. Yeah, there was a special on last night on National Geographic. It was really cool, and we've seen a ton of 9/11 documentaries, but that was a real good one last night. Go get yourself a coffee or a beverage, whatever you fancy. Whatever you fancy. Go get some tea and crumpets. Fancy? What am I, 59 now? Jeez. All right. Yeah, that was a real good documentary. So anybody that watches this video, let's just take 10 seconds, a moment of silence for all the victims. Okay? All right. I hope that's not corny, but, people went through a lot of stuff. So let's see. Gas price today, $4.32. Down 4 cents or whatever. But it's up $2 since you know who. Yeah, I'm going to spoil you and give you the weather. It's hot in the west, hot in the south. Who knows? It's hot in the northeast. It's hot here. Here's the weather. It's hot everywhere. Okay? It's partly cloudy, and it's also partly sunny. All right? I'm the news anchor. I'm the sports director. I'm the weather anchor. So, the U.S. Open finals are today. Alcaraz against Casper Ruud, whatever. I never seen a word that had two U's. R-U-U-D. Ruud. And let's go through the football lines. I know if maybe most of you don't gamble or anything, but let's just see what the Vegas spread is on some of these games. Of course, the Buffalo Bills smashed the Rams right in the teeth. All right. The Dolphins are playing the Patriots. And the Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites. And the over-under is 45.5. Two teams, Belichick's still pretty crafty. They got a real bad team, but I'm not that high on Miami. Miami's supposed to be a lot better this year. They're supposed to have a real new and improved defense. We'll see what happens. And the Jets are at the Baltimore Ravens, and the Jets are getting 6.5. And the over-under is 44. Just, flip a coin, because I think the Ravens should just. The Ravens are minus 6.5. I think the Ravens should just smash them all over the field all day long. We'll see. We'll keep track of what I picked, okay? Just so I could say last week I went 10-0. All right. So I picked the Ravens. It's so early in the season, and it's hard to, trends and everything like that. Okay, Cincinnati is at the Steelers, and Cincinnati is minus 7. The over-under is 44.5. Of course, Cincinnati made it to the Super Bowl. That seems like it's logical. Okay. That's logical. Cleveland Browns are at Carolina. It's a pick, over under 42. The Steelers are at the Bengals, of course. Since he's minus 7, 44.5 is the back line. Houston Texans are at the Indianapolis Colts, and they're Houston's plus 7, and the back number is 45.5. Wow. I'd have to bet in. I'd have to take the Colts. Jacksonville is at the Washington Commanders. I can't get used to this Washington Commanders. Really? Please. Come on. And Jacksonville is plus 3. I hope the Washington Commanders go winless because of that woke owner. So Jacksonville's plus 3 at Washington. The back line is 44. We have Tennessee at the New York Giants. Tennessee's minus 5.5, and the back line is 44. I don't know. It's just Tennessee, of course, you would think would tear them apart. Denver is at Seattle Seahawks. Denver's minus 6.5 and 44. These games just seem like they're just flip of a coin games. Kansas City's at Arizona Cardinals. Kansas is minus 6.5. And the back number, the over-under, is 53.5. Of course, I hope Kansas gets whooped, but the Las Vegas Raiders are at the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Raiders are getting 5.5. And the back number is 52. The Dallas Cowboys are at Tampa Bay, and Dallas is plus 2.5, and the back number is 50.5. It's just hard to bet against the GOAT. It's just hard to bet against Tom Brady. He was in our division for 18 years. Jeez. And there's the Giants in them again. The Eagles are at the Detroit Lions. The Eagles are -5 and the back number's 48.5. I'd have to take the Eagles -5 because I don't even know if Detroit has a professional team thus far. So, oh well. Look at these Washington Commanders. Come off it. Washington Commanders. And I have, they were the Redskins. I have Indian friends. I mean, I don't know how many Indians were like, oh, geez, look, I don't know. Maybe some took offense to it. I don't know. Chicago Bears are at San Fran, and they're getting 6.5, and the back line is 40.5. Looks to be a defensive game. And 4:00 game. Green Bay's at Minnesota. That's a pick game. Back number 46.5. Green Bay. I want Green Bay. I want Rodgers. Atlanta Falcons are at home against the New Orleans Saints, and they're +5.5, and the back line is 43. Carolina and Cleveland, yeah, that's a pick. And the Saints, we already went through that. All right, that's the morning lines. We got the weather, and in the U.S. Open, we got that Alcaraz. This kid is 19 years old. He just never gets tired. He never gets tired. And he's a good boy. He's very likable. He's just, the kid's everything. And that Casper Ruud, he made it to the finals also. He's no pushover. He's very, very tough. But I wouldn't bet against that kid Alcaraz. I'd sit there and watch it. I'd be throwing up during the match going, wow, how did I bet against? I mean, that's that, The Mets keep on rolling. They blew somebody out last night. It was 10-1 or 10-1 or when I just turned to it, and that's that. So, you know what else I was watching something that these two construction workers from California, they would go to Vegas all the time, and they figured out a way how to forge the casino chips. And I was very what? Hey, turn that off. Hey, where'd that come from? So there's these two guys. They went and they took some chips home with them. I mean, they did this in the garage, and they figured out the specs, the weight, the colors. They had, and they got it right almost to a perfect T, scientifically, with homemade things, the paints, the chemical composition of the chip, clay, whatever it was, and they came up with these chips. And of course they got greedy, and how did they get busted? They kept it a secret for a while. I think they had did, almost $100,000 worth. And the one guy was married and he never said nothing to his wife. And the other knucklehead, yeah, you guessed it, tells his girlfriend what they're doing. How many guys, how many criminals get caught and busted because they tell on themselves. Why do you need to tell somebody? Why do you need to tell somebody? Yeah, hey, me and Bill are forging casino chips. We made 100,000 already. Oh, that's nice. And then he takes off, and his girlfriend's like, "Yeah, hello, Sally. Yeah. Oh, guess you know what? Bob is forging casino chips. No wonder. No wonder he's spending all this money on jewelry and clothes on me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've been doing it for a while, and yeah, they're forging casino chips. Those are the people that deserve to get caught. And that's insane. Then there was a guy, a regular, you see, when you start gambling, see, they were getting stuck money. They were losing and losing and losing. And then you start being desperate. And then the devil on your shoulder is thinking ways you can get money, illegal ways. Another guy devised a gizmo to a steel rod gizmo that would go in and reprogram the machine right from outside. He'd breach the slot machine and he would jackpot the machines. And he made over $16 million. And then later on, he even helped the casinos foolproof. Sometimes the FBI has these they charge these criminals that are such geniuses that they'll give them a lighter sentence if they can tell them how even counterfeit art and everything like that. How did they do it? We'll give you a lesser sentence. But yeah, they would get a slot machine, bring it home somehow, however they got the slot machines, and then they would figure it all out. These guys were really genius, scientific people that love to gamble, and they try to figure it out. So, come on and have a cup with me. Hey, and thank you for sharing, commenting, and viewing and watching my videos. I really enjoyed that show we did yesterday. And I believe we'll be over 100 by Christmas, which was my goal, my telethon. So yeah, those guys. Then there was a guy, proper guy, was going to UNLV, smart, regular homegrown dude, went out there. And his first semester at college, he starts playing poker and casino games, and he starts losing everything. And he decides to do these smash and grabs on a cycle. He would take his motorcycle right to the front door, leave his motorcycle helmet on, and go right to the table where they sit with all the chips, and just start filling the bags with all the chips. And there were $25,000 chips in there, and he couldn't off them. And then he was sitting on them because, of course, you got all these chips, now you got to redeem them without raising an eyebrow. And this knucklehead was so desperate to cash these chips in. He put on social media he'll sell $25,000 chips for 10,000, and of course the FBI got him. I mean, come on. We go from the real genius criminal, and we go all the way down to a knucklehead. Yeah, it was daring. I mean, his crime was daring. Comes in like Rambo on a bike, boom, bum rushes the table and scoops up the chips in a bag, and he takes off on a motorcycle. He was being chased, but his bike was doing 125, 130 miles an hour, and he fled into the night. So, yeah, I mean, that's we go from a genius to a brave guy that goes down because he's tried to sell his chips on social media. So that's a little crazy right there, but oh well. Yeah, so today's 9/11, and of course you're going to see all the specials, even 21 years later. And the stories, I mean, the stories they had on that special last night. And there was one little pocket at the bottom of the tower that some people were in, where everything else was just, but that didn't get breached. One little pocket, Area B, I think they called it, or something. But you saw all the backstories. It was very interesting and sad at the same time. So, yeah, that's the news and news, sports, and weather. Yeah. But and that was at the same time when there was a mayoral election going on, and there was a candidate, I think Mike Green, and I think Rudolph Giuliani was in, and I think he was the incumbent, yeah, and you couldn't beat him after all the hoopla and hype and everything. The other guy didn't have a chance. So, yeah, that's that. I think. Thanks, Bill. I think that's. I think I've covered everything, and it's football weather. You could just feel it. See, today it's overcast. It's cloudy, of course, and it's scattered showers. It's football weather. That's football weather. We played football when we were younger, and street ball, and then we played the organized leagues and everything. It was a lot of fun. We were very athletic, and so that's I wanted to remind. Of course, everybody's aware that it's 9/11, and of course, I got to speak on that. And I was originally born in Brooklyn, and I always have a spot in my heart for New York City. And as an American, that's patriotic. So, yeah, no politics on 9/11, no politics and no conspiracy theories and all of that. For what? There's so many conspiracy theories surrounding 9/11. Why unpack that? I mean, come on. For what? For what? So, I think I'll leave it right about there. And I appreciate everybody, of course, and you know, we have a lot of fun here. And what more can I say? What more can I say? That's how we do it over here. So let's see what the devotion is for 9/11. Okay, folks, rejoice in me always, no matter what is going on. You can rejoice in your love relationship with me. This is the secret of being content in all circumstances. So that's hard. You have to be content in all circumstances, even when everything is going wrong. Jeez. So many people dream of the day when they can finally be happy, when they are out of debt, when their children are out of trouble, when they have more leisure time, and so on. Yeah, we're always dreaming about this day when all our problems will go away. And then you're 80 years old and realize it ain't ever going to happen. While they daydream, their moments are trickling into the ground like precious bombs spilling wastefully from overturned bottles. Yeah, while you're so preoccupied and you got your mindset on that, time is just wasted like precious oils from an overturned bottle. There it is. You're just wasting it. So fantasizing about future happiness will never bring fulfillment because fantasy is unreality. Even though I am invisible, I am far more real than the world you see around you. Wow. God, Jesus says, even though I am invisible, I'm far more real than the world you see around you. Wrap your mind around that. My reality is eternal and unchanging. Bring your moments to me and I will fill them with vibrant joy. Now is the time to rejoice in my presence. All right, so don't waste time in tripping about all these things. Yeah, we have to be aware and address things that are happening, but don't let that consume your life. We all have this fantasy dream about our life in the future, but bring your life up right now. Bring it up right now because, like it says, the time is ticking. And just you're on a merry-go-round of worry. And I want, we all have goals and dreams. And then when they're not achieved, then you trip out and get depressed and drink and drug and act nuts. So embrace the day you have today. You can be happy today within your own life. And of course, circumstances will come upon you. But God said he is more real than the visible world. God is invisible, but he is more real. He is more visible than the real world. People don't want to believe that, and they'll never believe that. I believe that, of course, and you all know why. So that's that. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to watch some football. I'm going to try to come up with some other content for you tomorrow. And I appreciate everything that you do. And I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for commenting. And come visit me. I'm lonely over here. Come on. Help me out. Okay. So that's that, folks. And remember, we all have these goals and dreams we want to achieve, but don't waste the precious time, okay, that you have. You can enjoy your life today. Enjoy today. That's all we got is today. We don't have yesterday and we don't have tomorrow. All we have is today, all right? So with that, be the kings and queens of your world. Stay great. Stay blessed. And don't you dare ever give up. Don't give up. You can do it, all right? Just hang in there. So share, comment, subscribe, like, do 3 cartwheels and 2 backflips, and come join me on my show. All right, folks? God bless. Talk to you soon.